Alright, test number 3 of this freaking mic setup. Really struggling to get this audio stuff down. It's a lot more complicated than anticipated. But yeah, watch some YouTube videos. I thought it was a problem with my actual camera setup, but I think my camera setup is fine. I've got a DJI Osmo Action 4 along with a Sony ECM-LV1 mic, which seems to be, you know, pretty well regarded from a couple of motovloggers that I watch. And yeah, but been having a lot of issues with the audio noise, like really bad. So I thought it was the setup. I was like, I don't get it. It seems like this is the setup that works for a lot of people. And I realized I'm supposed to change the camera settings, audio gain. I did not touch it at all. So I've just set the audio gain to -12. And yeah, hopefully that does the trick, and hopefully there's a lot less audio noise. But we'll see. You never know until you get back and you until I transfer over to my computer and watch it. But yeah, third test, so hopefully third time's the charm. And yeah, not really gonna talk about much, to be honest, because I've already like done stories and stuff, and yeah, I just need to make sure this damn thing works before I actually start making content. So that's what this is. I'm not gonna talk that much more, and yeah, just enjoy the ride, and be a pretty short ride, and yeah, let's see. I have no idea what gear I'm in. I'm guessing that's 6th gear. Yep, 6th gear. It'll be nice having a gear indicator, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I can count, but when you're doing a lot of things at once, sometimes you lose count. It's also so freaking hot. Just in the middle of Florida. Melting and burning, you know, the usual. It's been a few weeks since I've ridden, so I'm a pretty new rider, so seat time's very important. One thing I recently learned how to do is how to properly cancel my indicator. So I'm pretty proud of myself over that. I used to think that I had to like move this like back into the middle very carefully, but not too much. Otherwise the other side would signal towards the other side. So to anyone that followed me and got very confused, I apologize. I didn't know you could just simply push it in and that would cancel. So the more you know. Don't mind me. Now I'm gonna try riding with the front vent closed, because I think the front vent in my helmet is letting in a lot of air. Yeah, so let's give that a shot and see if that makes any discernible difference. Just gonna test all the things. I'd rather not keep the front vent closed because it's so hot out, but I guess what you gotta do for good content, right? So hopefully there's no discernible difference, but we'll check it once we get back to base. I will say though, it's pretty nice. Like, even though it's like 95 during the days right now, where I'm at in Florida, when you're moving like this, you don't really feel it. I actually feel kind of a cool breeze, surprisingly. But it's also 10:30 in the morning, so at 2 o'clock it might be a different story. It might not matter moving or staying still, you're gonna fry. So yeah, I try to ride either, well, primarily, really, I don't really ride in the evenings. I try to ride early morning, like much earlier than this, when I have the time. I'd like to get out and ride by like 7:30, 8 a.m. Before it gets too hot. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Motorcycle riding weather in Florida. Our best times are actually the winter and the spring. And other parts of the country, they can't really ride during that time, at least not during the winter. Florida, you can ride year round, but yeah, summer is a little excessive. But I can't complain. I can't complain. No idea what gear I'm in. Another thing about Florida, you don't have a lot of curvy roads, so when you do find them, you gotta cherish the moment. I think there's police like right around here, so just be a little bit careful, be a little chill. Didn't mean to upshift, meant to downshift. Right, it's a sign from the universe, don't downshift. Try to avoid these busier roads, especially as a newer rider, because yeah, it's just a lot more traffic, a lot more cars. You just have to be super aware compared to the roads I was just on, which are just like 2-lane back roads. Turn green, turn green, turn green, turn green, turn green. There we go. Yeah, once I get this audio cameras, I'm not talking much because I just don't want to talk much right now, because again, this might be audio that's completely unusable and it'll just be really frustrating to lose it. So perfect time to say as I go over some bumps. Yeah, the plan is just to make motorcycle content, really talking about anything really. Just anything that's on my mind, show you a little bit of Florida. This is probably a part of Florida most people don't know. Definitely small town vibes up here. I'm originally from one of the bigger cities in Florida, so even I'm getting used to this. But yeah, just talk about anything. I would like to travel. Maybe some small road trips to begin with in Florida, take you along for the ride, but eventually some bigger trips and maybe some international trips. Obviously not on this motorcycle, I need to rent one wherever I go, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. So I think it'll be pretty cool to kind of experience that together with this channel, whatever this channel is going to be called. I don't even know what the name of this channel is going to be yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. Struggling, having a creative writer's block, but yeah, try not to be too cliche and too typical. So we'll see. Second, why not? Okay, gotta slow down, slow down. That was purely for scientific purposes. Purely to test the threshold of excessive winds. Purely for science, not for fun. Gosh, I really hope this audio works. I'm tired of testing these. Oh, and speaking of this bike, I guess if you haven't figured it out by now, with this little logo right there, it's a Honda. It's a Honda CB500F, naked bike, 471cc, parallel twin, I believe. About 47 horsepower. It's my first bike. Compared to the Eliminator 125 I had at the MSF course, this thing feels like a rocket ship, even though I know all things considered in the broader picture of things, this is not that fast. But did a lot of research, had a lot of good reviews in terms of like a good beginner bike, a good bike to get started on, and also a good bike to wrench a little bit on as well, which I have no experience doing any type of wrenching beyond just like changing a battery, which I did on this bike, changing out some filters and stuff like that. So this is my first bike, my first learning experience, and yeah, super pleased with it. Got off of Facebook Marketplace. It's got a couple of scrapes and scruffs, but you know what, that's why I got it for the price I got it for, and yeah, can't complain. Sometimes in this lot right here, you get a nice police Ford Explorer just chilling there, waiting for you. One thing I will say, like, you know, having driven cars all my life and just beginning the world of motorcycles, the engine braking on motorcycles is so good, so good. I used to drive, this is not my first experience with manual transmission. I had a manual transmission car with the engine brake a lot to slow down, come to stops, but the engine braking on this is just like way stronger. And this is a low CB500F. I can't imagine like a super bike or something even more sport oriented than this. Must be pretty nuts. See if I get this light. slow down. Guess the police are here. Totally doing the speed limit. There we go. Boom. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Again, this is really just more of a test than anything. This is my third time. I'm really getting tired of testing these out. I just want to start like writing and making content. I guess technically this is content, just haven't seen the other stuff. And yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, so we'll see. Hello, good afternoon, other police officer. And yeah, so hope the audio works, and see you on the next one. Peace.